Friends, have you ever opened your credit card bill and felt personally victimized? Like you just got mugged by a guy in a suit, but it was somehow perfectly legal? Well, you're not alone. The credit card industry is built on a foundation of making you spend money you don't have, then charging you an arm and a leg for the privilege. It's practically the American dream, but hey, at least they give you points, right? Points you can theoretically use for something someday maybe. It's almost enough to make you forget that 30% APR basically translates to legal loan sharking. Almost. Now, I'm not saying all credit cards are evil. Used responsibly, they can be helpful tools for building credit or making online purchases. But the key word here is responsibly, a word that seems to vanish from the English language the second you get your hands on a shiny new piece of plastic. So buckle up, because we're about to dive deep into the murky depths of credit card scams and how to avoid drowning in a sea of debt. You might want to grab a life preserver, and by life preserver I mean a calculator and maybe a stiff drink. Let's talk interest rates, shall we? Those tiny little numbers on your credit card agreement that somehow have the power to turn a $5 cup of coffee into a $20 financial nightmare. You see, when it comes to loans, credit cards are like the payday lenders of the plastic world. Think about it, you wouldn't blink twice at a 4% interest rate on a mortgage, or maybe a 6% rate on a car loan, but slap a 20%, 25%, even 30% interest rate on a credit card, and suddenly it's just another Tuesday. These outrageous rates are designed to keep you trapped in a cycle of debt. You pay the minimum, the interest piles up faster than dirty laundry, and before you know it you're basically working for Visa. Not ideal, to say the least. The worst part? These rates can change at any time, often for reasons that remain shrouded in mystery. It's like playing financial roulette, but the house always wins. Fun! Credit card companies are masters of deception. They lure you in with promises of 0% APR for the first year. Sounds great, right? Free money. Except it's not free, because as soon as that introductory period ends, BAM! The interest rate skyrockets faster than a SpaceX launch, and suddenly you're stuck paying interest on top of interest. And let's not forget about everyone's favorite, the minimum payment trap. You know the one. You diligently pay the minimum amount due every month, feeling all responsible and adult-like, only to discover that you're barely making a dent in the actual principal balance. That's because those minimum payments are often designed to cover mostly interest, keeping you in debt longer so they can rake in those sweet, sweet finance charges. It's enough to make you want to swear off credit cards forever and move into a cash-only yurt in the woods. Okay, so maybe ditching civilization for a life of off-grid solitude isn't the answer, but don't worry, because there are ways to fight back against these credit card shenanigans and reclaim your financial freedom. First and foremost, read the fine print. I know, it's about as exciting as watching paint dry, but trust me, it's crucial. Next, make more than the minimum payment. Even a little extra each month can make a big difference in the long run. Consider a balanced transfer card with a lower interest rate to consolidate your debt. And if all else fails, don't be afraid to negotiate with your credit card company. The worst they can say is no. Look, the credit card game is rigged, but that doesn't mean you have to play by their rules. Be smarter than the credit card companies. Educate yourself, stay vigilant, and for the love of all that is financially responsible, read the fine print. It's time to take back control of your credit and your financial future.